Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to another live stream. Making sure this thing's working. All right. I'm just going to share this here. If I can. Like I started with my old... I was working on some stuff earlier, so I'm kind of in the middle of things. All right. I thought I'd do this shark by Mitch Leeuwe. I love Mitch's stuff, so if you want to go give him a follow, fantastic concept artist, Mitch Leeuwe on Instagram is a great place to follow him. All right. Need to share this really quick. Shark. All right. Share to a page. This one always takes the longest. There we go. All right. Hey, what's up, Caitlin? It's been a long time. How are you? I saw you posting a bunch of your Doctor Who scopes again recently. They're so good. Busy. That's great. Busy's good. Huh. Okay. I've been experimenting a little bit with my interface. I've been talking to a few other stylized sculpting artists, and one of them, his name's Dynamesh 3D. He uses this Move Infinite a lot, and I've adopted that to my workflow. So I popped it up on my user interface, and I removed the ZRemesher guides from the interface because I don't use that hardly at all. I use polygroups and other things to guide my ZRemesher. So I removed that brush and added in the Move Infinite, and I put it down with the other Move type brushes. So I'm pretty excited about having that out there. And I also added AccuCurve. So I've been using AccuCurve quite a bit, and I'll be using AccuCurve with this shark. And AccuCurve just helps you get really pointy shapes. So yeah, we'll be getting there. Hey, what's up, me? Hey, Neil, how's it going? Thanks. I don't even know how to say your name. Blitzerregs. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's get to work on this guy. I'm just going to start with a sphere and just kind of stretch it out. So what Move Infinite Depth does is it essentially shoots all the way through the model on infinitely. So there's no, you can, I don't know how else to explain it, but you can turn AccuCurve on with it, and you can get really, see that? Really sharp points. And it's basically, yeah, I'm making him look like a boat. Blitzkrieg. Okay, cool. Let's turn this off. Oh, thanks, Neil. Yep, I just barely had an interview with a good friend of mine. His name is Hector Moran. He does phenomenal work. And this week in the 3D Character Workshop is the Hair and Fur Challenge. So instead of doing a live video with my students, I decided to reach out to Hector because he's just phenomenal at doing sculpted hair. I decided to reach out to him and see if we could do an interview together. And it turned out really nice. It was awesome. It was fun to talk about his work, and yeah, it was awesome. So if you want to see that, it's a student live video. You have to be a student of the 3D Character Workshop, which Caitlin, you are. You should go check it out if you haven't already. It's pretty good. That is possibly, depends on the question. Can you guys hear it's really, really hot here. So I have a fan behind me and I don't know if it's blowing into the microphone or not. So let me know if that's an issue. Hey Edge, how's it going? Okay, good. Because it's like 105 degrees, which is like 40 degrees Celsius, or I can't remember. I can't keep my Fahrenheit and Celsius straight. Okay. Oh, having issues with GoZ. I would reach out to Pixologic for some support on that. So I don't work for Pixologic. I'm just a volunteer that streams on their channel. This kind of reminds me of an ocarina. Like is that what it's called? I think I'm mixing that with the dance ocarina. But the Ocarina of Time, you know, Zelda. Kind of reminds me of that a little bit. I'm thinking Macarena. That's the dance. My brain works in crazy ways. Also, Nutdoes, what you can do possibly is uninstall GoZ and reinstall it. That fixes quite a few things, typically. Okay. Hey, what's up, Harry? How you doing, man? Okay, just want to make sure that's in the middle. That's good. I don't know if this will take me the whole 2 hours to make this character. He's pretty simple, but I'm going to take my time and hopefully do a good job. Have I updated my UI? Yes, I have. I was just barely talking about it. Here, I'm going to split this off. Just a few things. I added AccuCurve, and I added this infinite move depth brush, and I removed the ZRemesher guides brush. And then like I said, I had an interview with Hector Moran, and during the interview, he talked about the way that he does polypainting, and he was talking about specific brush settings. So right after the interview, I quickly made the brush he was talking about, and I'll be adding that one as well, so you guys can grab that with his permission, of course. Okay, let me split this off. But it's a really cool, it's a very cool hand-painted paintbrush. Yeah, it feels very nice. There we go, just ZRemesh this really quick. You know, AccuCurve, I like it a lot because it makes it feel like a little bit like the snake hook brush without the sponginess of the snake hook brush. find having the screen grab button on the interface. Which screen grab button are you talking about, Caitlin? I think that might be a new one to me. Are you talking about the Shift S? Like to do one of these things? Oh, document. Screen grab. I don't think I've used that one. Oh, export screen. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, yes, yes. Export screen grab. Okay, got it, got it. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've ever used that one. I'll have to check it out. My watch thinks I'm talking to it. Okay. I really like the shape of this tail. I want to make sure I get it. Hey Graham, I'm doing well, thanks. How are you? Hey Charlie. Can't wait to see the finished product. Yeah, that'd be nice, huh? Me neither, but thank you. You know these the retro music. Can you guys hear it okay? Is it loud enough? Too loud? It's funny because the retro synth movement that's going on right now, it reminds me of the 80s, but it reminds me of what people think the 80s was rather than the actual 80s, which is interesting to me. It's like this is they're making what they thought they remembered. Graham, yes, I will be doing that. I kind of want to sneak it in early because so many people are asking for it, but that's actually the final week challenge of 3D Character Workshop 2.0 is presentation and rendering. So, but it's going to be down the line after, you know, because naturally that's when you do your rendering is when your character is done. So that's kind of when it's going to be. But I did do a really quick demo of rendering in Blend during one of my Q&A sessions, so you can watch that back if you're a student in there. Okay, let's see. But that being said, I like to keep the conversation on ZBrush since this is ZBrush's live channel, you know. There we go, that'll tie in well. Okay, now with this mouth, I was thinking I might just live boolean it in there. Yep, no worries. Okay, let's see. Let's split this off. So this is where Move Infinite, well, it does work with mirroring turned on, but still it's just nice to not have to have a really large brush in order to shoot all the way through your model. So I'm gonna make it so his mouth is slightly open, and then I'll close it after that. Okay, let's do this and then this. Whoops, I turned on his tail, not the, there we go. Hey Delicia, how you doing? Hey, how's it going? Okay. Now what we can do is, I like to do live booleans based on folders. So I can grab this guy, hit Control F, and just, sometimes I'll just call it boolean. And then you just drop both these pieces in there, not including the tail. Yeah, it's up there. It's up. I mean, it will have a permanent place, but right now you can find it. Let's see. The easiest way to find it is to hop on the Discord, the student Discord, and just go to announcements, and you can see them all right there. Or on the student forum, or yeah. I'm, like I said, I'm working on like making an official spot. Is just taking it takes a long time to get that stuff put together. So, and it's just me, but it's up there. You can get to it. Okay. So essentially we have this, right? We have this body and we have this thing getting cut out of it. And basically you can go to this gear and just click on Boolean with dynamic subdivisions. And if I click that, it's going to make me a whole new subtool like this with the mouth cut out. Which will work. Hey Raven, how's it going? Okay. How did this one start? With a sphere. I just started pulling out a sphere. Okay, let's see. Let's do keep groups and just try it at a 1 and see what we get. I'm just remeshing this really quick. Ugh. Okay, I don't know why it gave me such. Sometimes Z-remesher works great and sometimes not so much. Let's do a 2. You know what? I'm going to make these 2 different poly groups. Well, I don't have any creases. I'd have to make creases. Yeah, that's a good idea, Neil. I'm going to polygroup around the mouth, but I was also going to polygroup each of these separately by hitting this group by normals. See that? Here, I'll hit double. Turn on double. And then reverse this, and then let's make a polygroup that surrounds this mouth. Oops. Mirroring would help. So I can give. Yeah. Get the loops rocking. Let's make that a different color. There we go. Nice green lips. Shark lips. Let's do another one. Whoa. It's like I accidentally painted off inside the mouth. Okay, let's see what we get. You know, I should probably, it actually, Z-remesher works better with rings. Just way better with rings. So it would probably be better if I made rings on the inside of the mouth too, rather than these 2 planes, but we'll see how it goes. That's better. Hey, not bad, not bad. Okay, now let's half it. Yeah, no worries. Let's see, Z-remesh and half. There we go. I can live with that. Now we got a whole bunch of these lumpies. Let's get rid of them. Thanks for reminding me about the loops, Neil. Sometimes I forget my own process. Whoa. If that ever happens and you accidentally like do something like this, just hit Control N for new. What you do is you can accidentally hit Shift S, and that basically is a snapshot. Snapshotting your model down to the canvas, it's called. Okay, let's just smooth this out. There we go. Boom, mouth. All right. We should have added these eye things in there before I did the whole ZRemesher thing, but that's all right. Maybe we'll keep them separate. I don't know. Okay, let's build them. And this fin, maybe I'll just push a sphere around. Why not sculpt it? What do you mean, Ray? Like, you just like Armstrong it by hand? The answer is typically I like to keep things clean. And it's just kind of my workflow is working in primitive shapes and keeping things super clean. Yeah, he kind of looks, he doesn't look like Bruce, but he looks like Bruce's friend. I don't know what the name of his shark friend is. Hello, I'm Bruce. I love this AccuCurve thing. What is the start date on your workshop? I couldn't find that info. Yeah, it's just it's always going. So it's based off of your speed, your workflow, or your time, because it's a bunch of recorded videos with some live components. It's not like your typical school. It's a workshop slash course. And I designed it that way because people are busy, and you know, some people may have a lot of time on their hands, and others might be trying to fit it in between their regular job and their regular life and family and all that. And so I wanted to make it so people could go at their own pace. Work slop. Sometimes I feel that way. Oh, thanks, Graham. I appreciate it. And I keep saying this, but it's coming. Anytime I'm working it out, but I'm making an accelerator program, which is essentially more feedback from professional artists as you do your characters. So basically, you go through the course, you make your character, and then I believe, in my opinion, the fastest way to get better is by getting feedback from people who have the experience. And I'm basically trying to make it so it's giving people what I didn't have, you know? I went to an expensive art school, and I was learning from people who were learning along with me rather than from people who did it as a full-time job, you know? Have you already done that sculpt on the preview picture? Yeah, Gruppy, I did it last week. So that was last week's sculpt. And you can find the replay of that on Pixologic's YouTube channel. Oh, thanks, Neil. I appreciate it. Means a lot. And as I said earlier in this stream, I'm re-recording the course, so to speak, and I'm doing it once, and this time I'm doing most of it live. So right now is a fantastic time to join if you want to join live and ask questions as I'm recording the course. But last week I did the challenge a little differently, and I actually did it with an interview with my friend Hector Moran, and he did he's done a lot of really fantastic sculpts, and he helped me with the hair. You just got what out of your head? Oh, that baby. Yeah, I have a grandson, and he used to listen to it all the time. It's the catchiest song that you don't ever want to hear. How'd I make the mouth? Live Boolean. Nope, live Boolean, and then I Z-remeshed the sphere, or the body. Okay, I want to kind of make his smile a bit. I'm going to switch materials just so I can see. You can get these materials, they're called ZBrush modeling clay and ZBrush gray. I like both of those a lot. Hey Randy, how you doing? I should have time, yeah. This isn't a very difficult character. So I should have time. Nice, Neil. Another good xylophone song from the 80s that you can get stuck in your head is oh man, what now I can't think of it. Oh my gosh. Who sings take one cuz you left me, and two for my family. What's the name of that band? They have a good xylophone song. Kiss off into the sun or whatever. Let me go on. Blister in the sun, that's what it's called. You guys are all going to tell me at once. Okay. Violent Femmes, thank you. Yes. So Violent Femmes has a fantastic xylophone song. Just giving him a good overbite. Hey Peter, I am, thank you very much. Hello, I'm Bruce. That's all I can think of, not the Baby Shark song, even though this isn't like the Bruce character. Makes me crack up. That's how I know a design is working, is if it makes me laugh. Even without the eyes. Man, this is going pretty quick. So maybe I'll make another fish after this. If I have time, we'll see. It's only been 32 minutes. Fish are just like heads with fins. There's nothing really to them. Even though a shark really isn't a fish. If we want to get technical. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Oh my gosh. Like, they made Pajama Sam, right? My kids used to play that. And the fish was like yellow and blue. Oh man, what was that? What was the name of that game? I should probably look at the geometry. Yeah, I used to live up in Washington, and the company that made those games was near where I lived. Harry, yes, I think you can sign up to be the prime use. I don't know what it's called, but you can. I think it's a monthly thing though. They want you to pay a monthly fee to make the ads go away. I don't know for sure. The Wumpus. Yeah, I just barely added this, but you do have this brush. It's brand new to ZBrush. I don't know. I can't remember if they just added it, but it is. Whoops. BI. Infinite move? No, where is it? Where did it go? I have too many brushes, that's for sure. Oh, there it is. B move infinite. So B, you'd think it'd be M. M? Yeah, there it is. And then I can't see what it says. U. I can't see what the... Anyway, it's right there. You should have it if you have the latest version of ZBrush. You know, Big Bat, my ad block doesn't work on that, on Twitch. Yeah, Move Infinite hasn't been there for a long time. It's fairly new. So... mirror this. And then I'm just going to pop this off so I can split hidden. So I can just Z-remesh this thing. $2020. Okay. That's too much. Let's do 25 maybe. BMN. Okay, thanks, me. Appreciate it. TTV, huh? Okay, I'll have to try and remember that. I use one for YouTube, but I haven't found one that works with Twitch. Not that we should be promoting ad blockers on this channel. But thanks. Okay, if you ever see how it's splitting down the center, my symmetry got messed up. So I just turned off symmetry, grabbed my move brush, and scoot the problem area on the right side of the model there. And then I just do a mirror and weld, and it'll fix that little issue. Let's look and see if there's any other issues. This nose is kind of an issue, but that's okay. Oops. Turn on symmetry. There we go. What is Dynamesh? Dynamesh is it's voxel remeshing kind of. Oh, you're right. Thanks. There's an issue on his chin. Or it just takes it takes 3-dimensional polygons and remeshes your mesh, like rebuilds your mesh on a grid. I guess that's an okay way of explaining it. I don't use it that much. I use it for 3D printing and some hair stuff, but I don't use it as much as I used to. Okay, there we go. Thanks for pointing that out. Now I messed up the nose. Look at that. Let's pull it over to this side. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Yep. The best thing I can tell you is just to experiment with it. Like, take a sphere. Like you can append a sphere like this. So we have this big giant sphere out here, right? And then just go down to Dynamesh. It's under geometry, right here. And just hit Dynamesh and you'll see what it does. See, it does that. That's Dynamesh right there. So for me, it's better to show you what it does rather than to explain it. But the size, the sizes of those little squares and things, that's relative to your scene size, and it's also relative to this resolution. It's kind of hard to guess where you want it, but yeah, that's what it is. Delete that. Okay. Oops, sorry about that. Let's call this Mitch Fish, no, Mitch Shark 01. Okay. Ed and Eddie, nice. Okay, let's give him some teeth and some eyes, and then I think we can color him after that. How were they painted? We just used Polypaint inside of ZBrush for the initial coloring. And then they were painted by the factory after that. Do I also do your own draw sketches? I don't. I typically just model other people's designs. Let's see. Split. Sometimes I do, but not usually, not typically. yeah, I decided to focus on my skills being that of a sculptor, translating other people's designs. I'm going to scoot these together more. I might do a little of this action. Yeah, no worries. You should also try Sculptress Pro mode. Play around with that. Okay, now with this, I think these eye things, I'm gonna pull those up with Sculptress Pro. So I'm gonna do that right now so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna duplicate this off just so I have it saved. Hide the original. Now, I don't want to do any Sculptress right now because I don't want to accidentally stitch his mouth shut. That makes sense. Because I think Tessamate might stitch his mouth shut. I've always heard it's best to keep the eyeballs spherical for animation purposes. Yeah, do you agree with that? Yes, I do. If you're going to be animating it at all, try and keep them as spherical as possible. Because then, if you think about it, when your eyes rotate, if they're a perfect sphere, they're going to rotate on a point that's in the center of that sphere. If they're elongated in any way, it's going to make it difficult, and you're probably going to have to rig it a different way. How did you get the cross-hatching thing icon on your brush? Instead of the, cross-hatching icon? I don't know what you mean. Yeah, if you're not animating it, it doesn't matter. Yeah, if you're just gonna 3D print it or something like that, then it does not matter at all. Oh, hey Tom. The bug is from OBS. So OBS is the program that I use to stream, and for some reason it was making a bug that showed this little text. Let's see. So it's, if you can see, it's right there. See how it's on my cursor? It has that list of words, and that is if I'm capturing my whole screen in OBS. If I'm just capturing the window, which is just ZBrush, then it doesn't do that. So, yeah. So window capture fixes it. Okay, I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna try Tessamate and see if it stitches it together or not. Maybe it won't. Turn. You know what, I'm gonna undo that and apply, let's see, turn off this, subdivide it once, then Tessamate it. Balula, yes, I typically do a live Q&A session for about 2 hours every other week. Right now I'm not doing that because I'm doing weekly training because I'm re-recording the course. So I made the course 4 years ago, and some of that is outdated and some of it I just missed. And, you know, watching and seeing how students take in the information that I've given, I can tell that I've missed a lot. So I'm re-recording it and hopefully capturing the info that I missed in this new recording. Plus I'm doing the recording live with slides, and I'm doing it differently because I feel like I'm at my best when I'm live, so I can interact with students and get questions and answer them as people are watching. And the first time I recorded the course, it was with slides and it had a script. So it's very tight, and it's nice that way, and a lot of people like it because it's short and to the point, and you can reference it. But the newer stuff is longer, and it's not scripted, so it's more it's a bit different. And some people like to learn that way, some people like to learn the other way, and now you have both. You're going to have both. So after yesterday, you're super intimidated. Yeah, it's I think I'm going to add a little bit more training with hair, because I feel like talking to Hector, we kind of went right to the like professional level, I guess you would say, and I need to bring it back to some of the beginner stuff and talk about how to break up the sections and what to look for and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm thinking about adding a little bit more on that, a little bit more instruction. But I can see that, and I'm glad you let me know. I've heard you're the second person that's told me about that. So okay, so now that I have this base, I don't think it stitched this together, which is great. I just want to make sure though. I'm going to turn on Topological and pull the mouth open. If I can. Oh, let me turn off AccuCurve. There we go. Yeah, it's good. Okay. Are there any rules on how eyes have to be rotated? Do they have to point straight in front, or can they be pointed a bit to the sides? So in a generic T-pose, if you're going to animate a character, usually I'll take eyes and I'll point them slightly outwards just a bit. So I won't typically have them straight forward in the general neutral pose, because your eyes are typically just a little bit out away from each other. So can I explain what AccuCurve does? Yeah, I can just show you. So this is with, let's see, let me turn off Topological. This is without AccuCurve on. Okay, and if I turn it on, this is with AccuCurve on. So it gives me a much sharper point. And that's essentially it. But what I can do with the AccuCurve is, and I don't think I ever will, but under Curve, it's under the brush menu under Curve right there, AccuCurve. But there is this edit curve right here, and I can edit the curve a little bit like this. So now if I pull it out, it's a different shape, right? So let's go back to that. But I like it being a point. I like, yeah, because then it reminds me a bit of the snake hook brush. And you can turn AccuCurve on any brush, so yeah, it's really cool. And that's how I got these points to be super sharp, is with that AccuCurve. So I can just turn this on and then get these super sharp points. Let's turn my smooth brush way up. So now we're a lot more dense. Okay. Anyway, the reason I wanted to testimate this is to give myself a base to sculpt on. And now I can use snake hook and start to pull up the forms behind the eyes. And I can do this with or without Sculptress on. I'm going to try it without for a minute, just so I don't think about it too much. Then I can kind of keep it smooth as I go. like to pull it up and smooth it down. See those pointy eyebrow shapes? So now I can turn AccuCurve on and pull these into a point. Thanks, Cricket. Yeah, it's like, he's so derpy. He's like, hey guys, seen any fish around here? Hey, what's up, Ian? How's it going, man? Just sculpting a derpy shark. Derpy shark. Dun, dun. Sorry. That's going to be stuck in your head. Oops, let's turn off AccuCurve. Yeah. You guys ever seen me swim? Watch this. How should I make a fishing net in ZBrush and a man holding one with, that's a giant question. How would I make a net? Gosh, I don't even know. Probably mask and extract one out, but I don't even know how I would do that. A lot of standing desks were working at home. The company had a mix-up. They sent me a wall clock instead of what? That's hilarious. Yeah, Michael Pavlovich. He made a net in one of his dynamics videos. Okay, awesome. So maybe, yeah, Michael Pavlovich might be the one to go to for that. Let's see. Like, why is this? There we go. Turn transparent back on. You know, transparent, it allows you to sculpt through the object as well. If you have it showing, not transparent, it'll kind of stick to that and not let you like project through the object. So, whoa. Yeah, I'm not a fan of how this is working out, but I'll try and fix it. Yeah, I need a rim shot. Like, oh, let's see. Yeah, micropoly is a good way to go with a net. I just don't use it enough. I was going to switch this over. Yep. Okay, I think I will turn on Sculptress now. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Where are we at? 0.1. Okay. Such a cool trick. So I think Neil, didn't you come up with that or something? If you turn your smooth brush, or any brush for that matter, down to 0 with Sculptress on, it will just tessellate the mesh without actually doing anything else to the mesh. Matu's man, I don't know what you're trying to say, sorry. going to build this up with clay buildup. Let's go tighter. And this is why I love Sculptris Pro so much, is because I can just say, I only need detail in this area. Please, thank you. You know, I hardly ever use clay buildup, honestly. I usually use my fill brush right here. It's so much just smoother, like this. You can't hardly even see any edges, right? But clay buildup, sometimes it's much quicker. So see how slow this fill brush is, and sometimes it'll flatten things out, where clay buildup is much quicker. Yeah, clay buildup is it's good for happy accidents, you know, like just accidentally introducing some like say hair lines, for example. It's great for that. How should I be able to do the simulation? Well, so ZBrush is a digital sculpting program, and it's not really meant for simulation. I mean, it has some cloth stuff, but it's cloth to get you to like sculpt the cloth. You know, it's like a helper to help you understand like how the cloth would drape and stuff like that for a sculpture. So it's not really meant for simulation. You know, you probably want to do that in another program. Okay, now I have the perfect brush for these fins that I want to do. But first I want to try something with these eyelids. How would one make such a fill brush? Well, yeah, that's kind of a discussion, a longer discussion, but you can grab mine for free over at 3dcharacterworkshop.com if you want to play with it. And I have to give a shout out to SK. So SK is another streamer on here. I can never pronounce his name. He goes by SK. So, and he gives away his brushes, and that's what the brush started. It started as one of his brushes. He has a lot of fantastic brushes as well that he gives away for free on his Gumroad. I think I'm going to blend this back out up here. Just really strange, those eyelids. because they're not really working very well in 3D. Ah, thank you so much, Be My Games. Let me see if I can say it. Sakaki Karu? I don't know. SK, thank you. Another question about the program. Is it focusing on the technical side of ZBrush as well as sculpting something cartoony? Will someone with almost no experience in ZBrush can take it? Yes, I actually have a lot of stuff that is specifically for this is your first day in ZBrush, right? So I cover technical and artistic. The technical stuff, you know, you can definitely learn ZBrush in there, like from a technical aspect, but also the art as well. And I actually have one called, it's where I take a friend of mine, he's an illustrator, and it was his first day in ZBrush. And so I sat down with him and walked him through his first day and how to install it, where everything goes, how to install the user interface, everything like that. Okay. Just want to pull this out a little bit. Yeah, Mitch's Instagram, he's got a lot of great stuff. So his design ideals and the way he concepts goes like, it's so hand in hand with the way I sculpt. So I sculpt a lot of his designs. And he uses some of my stuff as reference for his stuff. So if you look at his stylized anatomy stuff, those are derivatives of models that I made. Do I have a favorite 2D artist? I have too many. I have a lot of favorite 2D artists. And I can go on and on and on. I like Johannes Helgeson is probably one of my favorites. Josh Black, who I sculpt his designs all the time. Mitch Leeuwe, Shane Glines, like Sean Galloway. There's so many. So I don't really have a favorite, but I have a lot of favorites. Okay, I was going to make his fins now, so the slash brush I think would work great for that, if I can find it. SK slash, no, not SK slash. Where is it? What does slash start with? I don't use the slash brush hardly at all. Oh my gosh, what is it? There's way too many. I need to dumb this down to only the ones I need. Oh, I think I saw it. Slash, there it is. /3. Let's check this out. Nope, that's not it. Yes. I'm looking for a slash brush. /2. Or like /1. The one that goes like a step. What's the hotkeys for it? I know you guys wanted to sit and watch me like search for brushes. Because that was /3 that I just pulled up. But BS doesn't give me slash. It just gives me /3. All right, let's try it. slash. Right here's bunch. Thank you very much. So slash line slash 1. There we go. Slash 2. This is the one I think it is. Yeah, that's it. Okay, thank you so much. All right. Yeah, it's hidden. Somebody, why did they hide it? Okay, let's prep the surface. I feel like a surgeon. Prep the surface. Perfect. Okay, that's essentially what it does, but I need to tone it down. Let's turn on lazy mouse too, see if we get a better result. Yeah, there we go. It's too subtle. It's better. Yeah, that'll work. Thanks, guys. All right, this song's got to go. Whenever I hear da 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 da, that bass line, it's like, let's get a little more creative. I know, I don't know why they turned it on masking by default. I don't know where that came from. I need to reach out and say, turn that back off, please. All right, this one isn't any better. Oh, yeah, Christina, a VDM, absolutely. Actually, it's meant, it's kind of meant for it. Here, I just did it during my last sculpt to put a mouth on my character, and it works really, really well. So like these chisel brushes right here, these chisel brushes are VDMs, and they work fantastically with Sculptress. So you can see all these right here. So I guess I could have used like a fin, the fin brush, and like give him a little beard fin. So this is all being generated inside Sculptress Pro. Here, I'll turn on the wireframe so you can see it. See how it's kind of adding and growing to it. Yeah, super cool. All right, and also, I was gonna show you all. There is, I use my pen for navigation, and I use my right click for navigation. I assign it to the front button on my pen, right? So if I ever just quickly click, it pulls up this menu right here. And for me, this is known as the spacebar menu, or the quick menu. And I don't really use it on my right click. And instead, I'll accidentally open it, and I'll accidentally adjust the draw size or something like that, and I'll be like, oh, what did I just do? I don't even know, and I'll have to try and fix it. So I reached out to Pixologic, actually Paul, and he's like, yeah, you can turn that off. You just go to what did he say? Hold on a second, let me find it. I turned it off and saved it, but I didn't. Okay. It's under Preferences, Interface. Where is Interface? Interface. Man, you get to watch me search for interface. There it is, Interface. And then right-click navigation, enable right-click pop-up. See that right there? So turn that off. And then go to config, store config, boom. And now it won't accidentally pop up when you're doing right click navigation. Yeah, So there you go. Bonus tip today. Thank you, Paul Gabry. Makes me wonder if he turns it off himself. Okay, so we have the fins, we have the, let's put the little nostrils in there. Oh, thanks, Ian. All right. Yeah, right. I always was like, get that menu out of my face, please. I mean, for some people, I can understand why they have it on by default, because you wouldn't know that you would want it if it wasn't there, you know? Let's make it a little more subtle. We don't need big bold nostrils. Right, Neil? It's like, why? It's already on spacebar. I can still get to it, but it's like when it's on spacebar, it's intentional. When it's on my right click, it's unintentional, and it drives me crazy. But I'm glad it's an option. And there's people that use it all the time, and that's how you get to it. Ian, I'm glad you're still here. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Ian. Ian, he's IR Sculpts. He's another streamer here on Pixologic live streams. He streams on Sunday nights, and he focuses on sculpting with 3D printing in mind, kind of like I do. He's actually a student of mine and does some really great stuff. I think he tends to go a little more in the middle of realism, rather than so many cartoon characters like I do. So if you want, that's what's great about these live streams, is there's so many different streamers on here. You can typically find a streamer that does what you want to learn, like learning jewelry, or Ashley does monsters, or you know, stuff like that. So you can always go to Pixel, I think is it maybe Ian, if you can, wouldn't mind posting it up there, but if you do a search for ZBrush Live, you can find the calendar and all the streamers and what they kind of focus on. Okay, I think the teeth are what's gonna really make this guy work. Blend realism and stylized together. Cram them into a ball. Yeah, I tend to go exaggerated cleanliness. I think that's my thing. Not that I'm exaggerating the cleanliness, but clean, stylized characters with exaggerated proportions. That's my lane, you know? All right, let's get these, give them some teeth. I'm going to start out symmetrical at first, and then we'll go asymmetrical later. Yeah, it's not that I have anything against realism, it's just not my thing, you know? Hey Gabriel, how's it going? I'm good, thanks. Okay, let's see. Welcome to the stream. Just making a shark. Realism reminds me of reality. All right, let's turn on some move with that AccuCurve and get these things sharp. Realism has more studio opportunities. Yes and no. I guess you gotta know where to look. But I know what you're talking about. I know what you're saying. Like, I tend to agree. Thanks, Gabriel. Appreciate it. What is up with it? There's some good tunes and there's some okay tunes. I stylize all day at work, so the change of look and the feel helps me keep my mind a bit fresh. You know, that's exactly what Ashley says as well. She does stylized at work. And so she's like, it's good. It's good to do some realism, like during her live streams. She does these monsters just to kind of flex her creativity brain. That's the thing with digital sculpting that I like so much, is that, you know, you can experiment with anything. You can even do like environment stuff, right? There's some, speaking of Mitch Leeuwe, he does these drawings of these really tricked out, cool, stylized buildings. And I've always thought about maybe modeling or sculpting one of those. That'd be a lot of fun. Or vehicles, you know, like really push, like I helped make some vehicles for the Cars video game, like Cars 3 video game. And that was a lot of fun because they're really pushed cartoony, but they're cars and they're, you know, hard surface stuff. So it's not like you have to like completely stick to one thing in your arsenal. How long have I been studying 3D? I remember talking to you when I was 15 years. I have been doing this for 23 years now. I started back in 3D, what is it called? 3D Studio version 3, which was in DOS. That's how much of a dinosaur I am. I turn the big 5-0 next month. Let's turn AccuCurve back on. Which menu is the AccuCurve under? It is just under Brush Curve. So Brush Curve right here, and then AccuCurve, and you can just, if you want to just pull that out on your user interface. I'm gonna update my user interface and give it away again, and it will be there. But yeah, that's where you can find it for now. What is with this? I really need to go into this the stream list and pull out the baseline songs. It's like dripping water on my forehead. How long will it take you to study ZBrush? That's every individual is an individual, so it's completely up to you and how fast you learn and how much time you have. Let's do auto groups. And how much artistic knowledge you already have. Like if you're already an artist or like a traditional sculptor or a traditional 2D artist, then it will go much quicker for you than somebody learning both the art side and the technical side. Yeah, ZBrush is absolutely a lifetime of learning. I'm still learning ZBrush. I mean, I just learned something new like last week from Hector. I learned a bunch of new stuff from Hector, and I learned about AccuCurve from Ashley not too long ago. Yeah, constantly learning. There's new stuff to learn all the time. But there's two best times to get started learning ZBrush. One was, you know, when you first found out about ZBrush a long time ago, or, you know, whatever that is, like several years ago, right? And the next best time is right now. And I have to say, you shouldn't compare yourself to other artists. I know it's hard, but you should set yourself along your own journey and give yourself your own milestones, and not keep looking over your shoulder at everybody else and what they're doing. The only time I really look at what everybody else is doing is for inspiration and going, ooh, I would like to be able to do something like that someday, and then use it as inspiration, not as something that's going to make me depressed. You know, like, because they're in their own journey as well, so you can't really think that way. Yay, shark. I'm going to add some twists and turns to these teeth, I think, a little bit. Art is a garden, dig it. Hey, you're welcome. I'm not going to say your name, but you're welcome. Oh, goodness. Hey, Damien, yeah, that's I came from traditional poly sculpting as well, or poly modeling. Pushing points, that was about 15 years of my career. Art is not a sport. I like that one too, yeah. All right, let's give him some pupils. You know, I think I might live Boolean his pupils out. That's fun. Hey, what's up, Chris? Yeah, I actually learned 3D Studio Max. That was my, besides 3D Studio, 3D Studio Max was my first real modeling software that I used. Okay, let's go to Skin Shade 4. Now, these are going to be cut out of the eyes. Yeah, especially if you ever want to get work in the industry, you probably want to change your name. Just saying. Or be taken seriously. It's funny, but, you know. All right, let's see. Go kind of, it's purplish dark. Lighter. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm probably going to split this in half and do a lighter color on the bottom, but can I fill his eye? Okay. There we go. Oh yeah, Bane, that's the Anatomy for Sculptors books. So good. And the face, like the Anatomy of the Face book, that's really great as well. Okay, let's see. All right, take care, Ian. Thanks for stopping by, man. I pictured a hillbilly when you're saying that. Gosh dang, I want them books. Let's make it more shallow. I just barely want to set these in. I'm new to ZBrush and have an industrial design background. I'm used to constraining everything with sketches and planes. Is there an equivalent interface for reproducing exact dimensions? Not really in ZBrush. ZBrush has its own kind of its own scale. You can use the scale plugin. It is it's called the Scale Master. So you can set your inches or millimeters, whatever you're working in, and then basically you can use the transpose line, and the transpose line will give you measurements it's kind of like a ruler, and how you get to that is you can turn on your gizmo and then you turn it off right here, and this is a transpose line. And if you look up in the top left right here, it says units. So if you change that to centimeters and change your scale of your scene to centimeters, it will say centimeters up there. And you can measure stuff out that way but it's still not super, it's not like a CAD program where you're absolutely perfect with your dimensions. It's a more like a loose sculpting program. So it's meant for more organic stuff. So you can get close, but not, there's no way where you can really type in numbers to get your exact dimensions like you would in, say, CAD or Maya or something like that. So, but that's the closest thing you can get to dimensions, is by using Scale Master with the transpose line. So play around with that. Hey comics, when will the 3D Character Workshop 2.0 be officially released, and will there be a launch party? I really want to have a launch party. I'm trying to get all the content first. I'm kind of doing it backwards. I should have announced it already, but I wanted to make sure it's working and the challenges were working. I'm kind of beta testing the 2.0 workshop right now, and how the content is going. So, but the biggest thing I need to do right now is give it a home inside the workshop. And so it's all navigatable and you can find everything. And I was also toying with possibly using a different host to host the course. It's such a huge decision that I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet. I'm still debating, but how did you do the live Boolean? You just turn on live Boolean right here. And then you'd switch the subtool to be a subtract, which is right here. And so that just subtracts it. And it will take on the color of whatever your object is, which is super nice. There's actually a video about it that I made for last year's ZBrush Summit. It's a tip about it. I think you can do a search for, maybe Neil, you can help me out with this. A search for Shane Olson live Boolean on YouTube, and you could probably find it. Okay, so let's kind of paint this a little bit more. Grab this color and make it lighter. Okay. Should probably turn on Sculptris Pro just for fun. The Sculptris Pro does work with Polypaint, and it'll give you a cleaner edge. Oh, thanks, Charlie. Let me see what happens if I do this. Nice, that worked. All right, now that we have this, let's adjust him. I want to clean up, if I clean up the body right now that he's got Polypaint on him, it will get rid of this tight Polypaint, but I can then project it down to the clean version. So we're gonna try that, we'll try it out and see. So let's duplicate this. Okay, I'm going to split these fins off. Yeah, he was pretty dorky. Hey guys. Hey, Peter's Animation, how's it going? I need to save this too. Yeah, James. I was thinking that earlier. Dorky shark. That's a shark they don't sing about. Oh man. But yeah, the head and neck. The animation Anatomy for Sculptors head and neck book. It came out not too long ago, and it's fantastic. Highly recommended. Okay, let's do remesher, keep groups. Let's see, maybe 5. Still has the groups on there. Yeah, right. Not a bad idea. 2 Detective Sharks, that is one I have not seen. Okay, here we go. Cross fingers. Okay, not the best, not the worst, not bad. Let's do half and see what we get. Good. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now that I have this, I can subdivide it a couple times. And show the original. Well, let's hide everything except for that one. Okay. And then we can project it down. Project all. Yes, to Polypaint. The Anatomy for Sculptors Facial Expression. Yeah, it's great. Hey, Ronnie. How you doing, man? All right, let's one more time and project it down. How you been? Okay. Now we can smooth this down. Hide everything else. Swamped is good, man. Swamped is good. This sculptor's probably, it is. Okay, that's why. I'm like, why is that chunky? Let's, 2. Keep going. That's pretty good. Oops. Till I smooth it out of existence. There we go. Derpy shark. I want to turn on ambient occlusion to see what we get here. Render, preview, AO. Really see it too much. Let's see. Did I miss any questions? Let me know if I did. Almost done with this guy. Okay, let's tweak him. Let's tweak him more. I'm gonna do a save as. This part I usually do after the stream, but I want to give him some asymmetry and pose him and do some fun stuff here. Let's see. Okay. Just checking everything, make sure we got kind of lowish resolution meshes. All right. Project to all, project the current subtool to all visible subtools. No, it's actually the reverse. So it's all visible subtools to the currently selected subtool is how project all works. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna do some asymmetry now to give him some life. Some life. Okay. Take him into pose mode. All right, here we go. Let's inject the magic. I'm gonna do some auto groups. There we go. Oops. So I'm going to move kind of fast now. This is just a transpose line trick that if you put the line all the way through something and you have move selected, you can hold down Alt and bend with the move brush like so. Just want to give them kind of a fishy bend. Sorry if I'm quiet, I'm just kind of quickly doing pose mode in the zone. All right, let's see what that looks like. I feel like I tweaked this too much. One thing I like to do is zoom out far from the mesh and use mask lasso. It'll give us a nice soft feathered mask. Really? I don't know that I've ever done that. Is that different than doing this? You're right, dude. Holy crap. Yay, Ronnie! Learned something new today. Thanks, dude. That's awesome, man. All right. Farther. Boom. Oh, dude, look at that. Holy crap. Ronnie's back. Oh, man. Yay. That's awesome. Dude, where have you been? Dropping secrets. Shoo, I'm gonna do it again. Shoo. Dude, look at that. That's a buttery, beautiful mask. Woo. I want to kick his tail over like this even more. Like he's swimming away, having a good time. I'm always a student, man. That's my secret. Never be so... No, never have such high ego that you're unwilling to learn. Now I'm gonna be using it all the time, man. Yeah, you guys, Ronnie's a great sculptor too. You guys can check out his art station and give him a follow. So good. Where's the majority of your art, by the way, Ronnie? Is it on ArtStation? Yeah, that's my secret. I'm always a student. That's when I go. Go turn into the Hulk sculptor. It is awesome. You can drop a link on here if you want, man. Can't say what I'm working on currently, but I'm excited to share. Ooh, super cool. Can't wait. Ronnie, I have to say, every time I see a vet, I think about you. Been tied on a new game. That's good. That's good, though. Busy's good. I need to update my portfolio, too. It's so outdated. The worst. Dude, I want to push that eye even more. Yep, that's it. I think I first met Ronnie at was it CTN? Creative Talent Network. I hope they light those back up again. All those conferences I miss. All right, let's go back. Oops, not that one. This one. Here we go. Up, 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 up. This is always fun. I think his eyes are too dark. I need to... So, this is the... Let's eat. Yep. So, I feel like his pupils are too dark. So, this is the beauty of live Boolean, is you can go in here and change the color. So I'm actually working on the spheres that are being cut out, so the pupils that are being cut out of the spheres. And so let me turn off live Boolean for just a second and grab that color. It's really dark. Oh, it looks like I didn't. Let me fill these fins first. This color. Fill. Okay. So I'm gonna grab this color on here, and then I'm gonna lighten it up. I'm gonna give it like a, well, I'll just grab this blue and go darker with it. Maybe into here. Let's try it. Yeah, there we go. Then it's not so in your face. In your face. All right, let's turn my Boolean back on, and there we go. That's what we get. Much better, I think. Talk about, like, if you're trying to get a studio job, should all the stuff you have be retop, low poly, baked? So that completely and absolutely depends on what job you're going for. If you're going to go for a game studio job, absolutely, you need to have. Okay, I'll just put it like as simply as I possibly can. Your portfolio exists for you to show the company that you can do the work that they need you to do. So if you just put that in your head, okay, put yourself in the shoes of the company that's hiring. They basically have a project, right? And they need to fulfill these seats. They need to fill these seats with people that can do what they need them to do for that project. So if it's a game company, for example, and they need you to do retopology for that game, then you should put retopology in your portfolio so you can show them that you can do that. Does that make sense? But if you're trying to go for a game job, or sorry, if you're trying to go for a toys, like you're working in toys or collectibles, you don't need to have topology in your portfolio if that's not if that's what you're going for, because you're going to be teaching, or you're going to be showing the toy companies that you know how to do what they need you to do. If they need you to key, like know how to do keys for as part of the job or articulation, then you need to show that in your portfolio. It isn't always necessary because the character is first, that's top, right? If you can make good characters, sometimes companies will be willing to train you on some of that other stuff, like how to key, right? Or how to, not necessarily how to do topology sometimes, but like if you're going up against someone who knows how to do topology and someone who doesn't, the person who knows how to do it, they have a leg up on you, right? But if you have a better looking characters in your portfolio, and that person has, their characters don't look as good, but they can do topology, the person who has better characters will win. So like I said, the appeal is king. Okay, so it's almost like you should choose a place to work. Kind of, you should choose pick a lane, right? And put art in that lane, in where you would like to work, or what kind of worker you would like to be, I guess. That kind of stuff. So, okay. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. I think we are wrapping this guy up. Let's add some perspective to him. There we go. Turn off symmetry, and I want to warp his nose to the side just for fun. All right. There we go. Yep. Baby shark, da 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 da, baby shark. I can just see him like coming up from behind, like up from behind the family that's singing the song. He's like he has his own verse. Probably make his teeth sharper. Yes, I have thought about a career in voiceover. I've done some voices for games in the past. A lot of grunts, barbarian groans and stuff. Make this one a little shorter, maybe. I just want to do one thing just to make it a little more accurate to the concept, and just do one of these. That's better. All right. Too funny. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Mitch, for making this amazing concept. Go check out Mitch Leeuwe's work over on Instagram, Mitch Leeuwe. And as always, I teach a course online, a workshop. It's called the 3D Character Workshop. You can see it right above my head here. And you can see all these brushes down there. See all those brushes over there? Those are all, there's a bunch of brushes that I've made that I give away for free over on my website, 3dcharacterworkshop.com. Scroll down about halfway, you can find them, and this user interface. And you can use all the same brushes that I use. Go check it out. And if you are interested in making characters like this and actually getting a career in the industry, possibly, I don't guarantee anything, but I have several students that have gotten jobs in the industry after taking my course. You can go check it out over at 3dcharacterworkshop.com. Right now is a fantastic time to join us. We're doing weekly challenges. Right now we're doing the hair and fur challenge. You can check that out. I just barely did an amazing interview with Hector Moran. He's a fantastic sculptor, and we talk about hair and fur and all of his collectible toys and stuff like that. Really fun. So if you're interested, great time to join us. Take care, guys. See you later, and we'll catch you next Monday, same time. All right. Happy sculpting. See you next week. Cheers.